Yeah, I think in regards to this tactic in the game that they play, when there was a lot of talk around the grooming gangs and Elon Musk was highlighting it, along with a lot of people, they announced that they're going to have an inquiry to quiet down that conversation.
Yeah.
But we've seen since that they don't really intend to actually carry out a proper inquiry.
You know, we're going to get some watered down version that panders to the right people and in the hope that it satisfies the rest of us. Well, in this case, it is not. The only way that I can see an ultimate successful end to all of this, but particularly where the grooming gang scandal is concerned, is that there must be criminal trials at the end of it. There are people out there that need to be brought to justice that have been complicit, they have aided, they have abetted, they have ignored, they have done all of these things and more. And in some cases, some of the buggers have even taken part, is my belief. Now, they all need to be brought to book, hauled over the coals, and we need to see them in the dock. My views on Nigel Farage as a leader see my views on Labour. You know, whatever if he says it's Monday, I want to check the papers. You know, because I just don't believe the guy. The guy has lied to us so many times before and has let so many people down. Look, Nigel is a very, very clever man. He is and I'm going to say it, he's a great politician. He's a typical politician. He says all the right things. You know, he comes over extremely well. I was watching him yesterday and the guy does come over well. You know, he's really good at what he does. But will he deliver? My belief is the answer is no, he won't deliver. But anyone's better than bloody Labour. I'm not sure that getting rid of Starmer yet is a good thing. And I tell you why, because if we get a Wes Street in or an Andy Burnham, these people, in my opinion, are sadly capable of pulling on the nice guy mask. And all the people that are on the turn, they're thinking all of a sudden, you know, they're like, well, this Starmer's really bad news. You know, what are they doing to our country? Blah, blah, blah. You get someone like Andy Burnham in who's like, you know, got quite a likable sort of person to look at and listen to. The same with Wes Street, and he's hugely unoffensive or inoffensive. Do we want that? Do we not want Keir Starmer and Shabana Mahmood to finish the job that they started? Because in my belief, things have got to get worse before the sleeping will wake up and make it better. If I had Shabana Mahmood in front of me right now, if Shabana Mahmood was to pop up on my screen, the question that I would have for her, and it's a really genuine, honest one, right? It's not meant in a nasty way. It's not meant in a derogatory fashion. It's a genuine question, and it's this: as a Muslim that has admitted to the public that her religion is the most important thing in her life.
Yeah.
And that she has a calling to God. These are her words.
Yes.
And that God is Allah. That God is not a Christian God. If that's the number one thing in her life, how can she become Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, which is basically a Christian country? So that would be my first question to her. The second question is that, you know, not all of us Christians are stupid. Not all of us people out there are totally uneducated about Islam, and we are aware of the word taqiyya. And most people will know, probably watching this stream, what taqiyya means. And again, my question to her would be, look, Shabana, you might be a really nice person. I don't know. I've never met her. I've never met Shabana Mahmood. I have no idea what's going on in her mind. She may well be a lovely, lovely individual with only the best intentions in her heart. But her religion, which she has already said is the most important thing in her life, gives her the ability to lie to us, okay? It's okay to lie to us if it furthers the cause of Islam, which she has already told us is the most important thing in her life. So how can we trust her? If you give power away to the government, they very rarely give it back. And what we've allowed them to do, election after election after election after election, is to lie, to cheat, to fail to deliver, and we've allowed them to get away with it. It was only up until the last election where, as the caller earlier on said, The Conservatives, despite the end result being an absolute frigging disaster, the Tories deserved the kicking that they got. They did deserve it.
They don't think that we are going to be able to vote our way out of it. It's gone too far. There's too many over here now that will rise up, and we will have an internal war. I was wondering what your honest opinion of it, because everybody wants to be able to vote our way out, but
Yeah.
do you think it's gone too far?
I'm not sure viewers want to hear my honest opinion on it, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you. I don't think the British people have the guts for it. I don't think they have the balls for it. And when I say I don't think they have the balls for it, there are plenty of people out there, of course, that would and do, but they're being locked up. And they will be the first ones that the police and the authorities come after. So it's not a case of would we stand up and fight, would we be willing to protect ourselves. We wouldn't be battling with an internal enemy. We'd be battling with the authorities, with the police, and you can't beat the police. You know, they're the biggest firm in the country. So when I say the British people haven't got the spirit for it, I tell you now, when you look around at our younger men these days, and we're not talking, you know, any older guys out there getting offended at what I'm saying now, just hear me out for a minute. Fighting age. What is fighting age? Well, they reckon 18 to 35. Now, I know there's plenty of men out there over 35 that can look after themselves. Of course there is plenty of men over 35. But the general term fighting age is between 18 and 35. If you look at our 18 to 35-year-olds, they couldn't knock a skin off a rice pudding half the time. And the older generation, in many respects, people like myself, we're too old for all that nonsense. I don't believe we're organised enough, and I don't believe that we are prepared for the level of violence that they would be prepared to inflict upon us. We've always lived, Julie, in a civilised society. We don't do beheadings. We don't do stabbings. Right? We don't do all this stuff. That's not the British way, is it? And if I'm honest with you, I don't think the British people are prepared or aware of how bad that could look.